Welcome. Today we will tell you what a day looks like in the worst prison on earth, the Syrian prison in Syria. Omar was desperate and took a small bag of food from a local market in Syria. He muttered to himself, "This is for my family. I have no choice." Someone nearby saw him and immediately reported the incident to the police. The authorities received an anonymous tip saying Omar had stolen food that night. Omar was forcibly taken from his home late at night, fear gripping his heart. He was thrown into a dark, cold cell within Syrian prison, known for its brutality. The guards slammed the heavy door shut, leaving Omar alone with his anxiety. In the detention center, Omar learned quickly about the harsh daily routine. The cell was overcrowded with barely enough space to sit or lie down. Food was scarce, often only a small piece of bread and some water each day. Omar tried to stay strong, but hunger gnawed at his stomach relentlessly. Discipline was strict. Punishments for the slightest mistake were severe and quick. Shouts echoed through the corridors as guards punished prisoners with relentless force. Omar endured several beatings, his body bruised from relentless violence. Sometimes the guards used their fists or batons without any remorse. Fear of physical violence kept many prisoners silent, but Omar refused to break. He saw others suffer abuse, feeling hopeless but determined to survive. At night, Omar would hear screams echoing from nearby cells, haunting his dreams. Occasionally, he heard stories of prisoners disappearing mysteriously, never seen again. The guards subjected prisoners to humiliating and degrading treatment daily. Some prisoners were sexually assaulted by guards, instilling terror in all. Omar's spirit was battered, but he clung to hope for rescue or escape. One day, another inmate whispered about a dangerous plan to escape. Omar listened carefully, his heart pounding with fear and hope. He knew the risk was enormous, but escape seemed like the only chance. The prison's oppressive atmosphere made every moment feel like a nightmare. He learned from whispers that trust was deadly, but he needed allies. Inmates shared stories about the outside world, fueling Omar's desire to survive. The guards' brutality never ceased. Omar braced himself for more pain. He desperately clung to memories of his loved ones, fueling his resolve. Omar secretly planned, knowing the risks, reflecting on his past life. He knew if he failed, he might never see freedom again or his family. The prison was like a nightmare, where hope flickered in the darkness. Omar's resilience kept him going through the relentless cycle of abuse. He wondered how much longer he could endure this nightmare called Syrian. One fateful night, the guards were less alert. Omar seized his chance. He sneaked past guards, heart pounding, trying not to make any noise. Suddenly, alarms blared, and chaos erupted as the escape plan was discovered. Omar ran through the prison halls, desperate for freedom or death. He was caught in the end, beaten and thrown back into his cell. Despite it all, Omar refused to surrender his hope of liberation. He held on to the belief that someday justice would be served. The story of Omar may be fictional, but real suffering exists in many places. Many victims endure similar nightmares, fighting just to stay alive. Syrian's horrors are not isolated. Countless others face the same cruelty. We must remember these stories and advocate for justice and human rights. Because silence allows cruelty to flourish, we must speak out and act.